Hello creation, I hope you're well. I've just written, actually I wrote it last night, but it was a bit too late to record it, so it came through last night. It's called Rest Up Now, My Brethren. Rest up now, my brethren. It has been a harsh campaign. We fought the darkest energies through fire and acid rain. We were ambushed at our weakest, but fiercely fought for our survival, knowing that if we faltered, there would be no holy soul revival. Rest up now, my brethren. Take some time to reconnect with love of God and all that is. All debt we shall collect. For we are that of justice, here to balance the books, transmuting that of wrath by rod of God was all it took. Moments of indecision now virtually extinct, as that of soul and higher self are both consciously linked, bringing forth the angels embodied within the flesh, sent by God as his divine to help sort out this mess. So rest up now, my brethren. Solace you have earned. Now the path shall ease for you after all those lessons learned. Take heart within the knowledge and the wisdom that you found. You released and freed the soul of the heart that had been bound. God bless you. God bless you all. There you go. It's that's better. Got my glasses off. So there's because of the, shall we say, incorrect actions of the few, there is the creator or God or universe or whatever, in particular the one as it's labelled God, has been portrayed in a poor light, shall we say, because of the malicious intent of the few. So the few that have used that label and abused their positions. I think it's a fair point. Sometimes I call the universe God, sometimes I call it creator, sometimes I call it the great divine, sometimes I call it source energy, all that is, the force. You know, great spirit. You know, there's many labels, isn't there? But in particular, that one label, the label of God, has been manipulated by the few and has been, to many, put in a poor light, as it were. That's because of the actions of those who have abused their positions and corruptly added to text where they shouldn't have for personal gain. Now, this is so. It's what I believe, it's what resonates with me at a higher source level, as it were. So I know this to be true to me, with my opinions and perceptions and beliefs. To many, no, it won't. To many, they will, even though their hearts can be broken, many will not accept that that there's anything that can come along and contradict their beliefs, and that's fine. Change is something that, like I mentioned previously, very recently, is either through choice or forced upon. No one's here to persuade anything of anything or get anybody to think a particular way. That's up to each and every individual. All there ever is opinion, action, reaction and consequence. That's all there ever is. It's up to us whether we walk down the path blindly or with open eyes, but as long as we're true to ourselves, or the self. As I mentioned many times, we're only ever where we're meant to be, doing whatever we're meant to be doing at any given time anyway, according to God's higher plan, Creator's higher plan, the universe's higher plan, Source's higher plan, the Force, the plan of the Force, Great Spirit's higher plan, whatever. And as always, this is only opinion. If it triggers anybody, then look at why it's triggering. And this has been mentioned in these videos before. If anybody anywhere gets triggered by anything from anybody else, then that means that they've got something that they need to address within themselves. It might be doubt, it might be disbelief, it might be denial, it might be anger, if one gets angry over it. There's many different emotions that can be brought up to the surface when someone else triggers us. But that's not the one who's actually triggered the other. It's the one who's being triggered who has to look within themselves. That's how it works. And by doing so, then they can get to the root, look at that, and try associate that energy with what possible experiences they've had that's made them feel like that before, and work back to see if you can get to the beginning, the very beginning of that feeling in this life experience. And in doing so, you will, even in being willing to try and get to the root of those feelings, it's showing a willingness to heal. And that's one of the main reasons why I'm here. I'm here to help in the transmutation of lower vibrational frequency energies. That's my job. It's been my job all along. I just didn't realise it until, I've known it for a long time, but not as when you're a youngster or a young man. You're getting on with life, aren't you? You're doing the human experience thing. But anyway, like I say, it is all opinion. If anyone gets triggered, go into that within yourself. This is all part of the Great Awakening. There are many of us here. There are many of us here who are here to help. And that's it. One way or another. One way or another. I know sometimes, we learn through pain, don't we? Unfortunately. That's what it can take sometimes. But it's up to us then to get to the bottom of that pain and healing. Anyway, that's it for now. I hope you're not triggered, and if you are, get to the core of it, get it sorted and let it go. Take care.